Hey fellas, Lagoon here, and it has been a while. I have been on a bit of a hiatus from content creation due to life just being generally busy. But here we are. I am here in an audio format ready to speak into your ears as we view the MP4. Recently, as most of you know, Pokemon held this presentation live stream thing to show off various Pocket Monster related things. It is the 25th anniversary of the Pokemon series, so it makes sense. These presentations are kind of like Nintendo Directs, where they just give you news tidbits one after another. I absolutely love Pokemon, like most people, and am very excited for the stuff shown in this presentation. So let's start talking about it. The presentation started with this little montage showing off the history of Pokemon games, products, and whatnot. And by little montage, I mean stupidly long montage, cause this thing went on for ages! It was pretty cool though. It showed off a lot of obscure Pokemon products that many have probably never heard about, which was super nice. The transitions and editing were slick as well. However, there is one glaring issue apart from the length that I had with this segment. The hashtags. Those dang hashtags! For every different game and product shown on screen, they made some silly hashtag about it. This wouldn't be nearly as annoying if there weren't voiceovers saying everyone out loud! And these weren't normal hashtags either. They would be stuff like hashtag talk, hashtag trade, hashtag anime! It kept going and going. And I will admit, it was super funny. It would cover the same beats over and over again. For every generation, it would mention how there were cards based on it and an anime based on it. It just never ended. And then it ended. It ends around the 5.5 minute mark, which is a fourth of the entire presentation. One funny detail I did really like was that when talking about the Pikachu step tracker thing, they showed someone shaking it so they could get steps without having to actually walk. I have done this with my 3DS a ton, so I don't blame them. I just thought that was hilarious. Next, they talked a bit about new Pokemon Snap. We have known about this game for a good while now, and this trailer served to give us some new information about it. They showed off some of the environments, characters, and various mechanics. We can manipulate the Pokemon by throwing fruit at them like in the N64 game, playing music for them, and even modify their genetics via orbs in order to give them the property of bioluminescence. We also got a good look at the results screen, the awesome looking photo editor, and the online functions where we can share our photos and get my favorite thing in the world, internet clout. Oh, and you cannot forget, we got a look at the mythical Pokemon Celebi! I am super duper excited for this game. It looks super pretty and the photo editor seems like it could assist in making a lot of great images. That, or extremely, unbelievably cursed ones. Okay, on to the next thing. After New Snap, they listed various celebratory events happening in Sword and Shield, Cafe Mix, Go, and Masters EX. If you fellas enjoy these games, I hope you have fun with these events, and for you Pokemon Go players, stay safe. Alright? Thanks. Finally, we get to the real juicy stuff. The meat and potatoes, the bee's knees, the other words for most exciting stuff. Even more exciting than hashtag anime, it is the thing that was almost a complete guarantee. They finally revealed the Generation 4 remakes. Everyone and their dog was expecting this, but I don't think anyone guessed this art style. It wasn't in line with the modern games like Sword and Shield, but it was more true to the mainline series than Let's Go. Truly, something out of left field, at least to me. At first, I was a bit disappointed. When I imagined more remakes on Switch, my mind always wandered to these reimaginings that brought the old grid-based games into the modern era. This is the exact opposite of that. These seem to be very faithful remakes of the original games, down to every single tile. However, the more I rewatched the trailer, the more the art style grew on me. It will probably look great on the Switch without things like stream buffering, and it is very cute. Many people have compared it to this, but it is really similar to the Link's Awakening remake. It also gives off the same vibes as the Friends of Mineral Town remake. I still don't know how I feel about this whole tile-by-tile remake trend as a whole, but for what it is, these games look like really pleasant experiences. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl aren't the best names, but they work, I guess. I really hope they remake everything that was in the originals, especially the side modes and minigames. I really hope things like the secret bases and excavation minigames make a return. I should point out that I am not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to the Sinnoh games, but the Sinnoh Underground sounds super cool and I hope that all of its features are present. The originals had a plethora of cool features, so it would be nice to be able to indulge in all of that content on the Switch. I have so many questions as well. How will the Pokétch work? Will there be any changes to the story? Will the EXP share be present? Will online features such as the GTS make a comeback? There's so much I want to know. They mentioned something about the original Diamond and Pearl stories being, and I quote, freshly recreated for a Nintendo Switch. Does this mean that the additional story elements in Platinum will not be present? On another note, did you fellas listen to the music in this trailer? Gen 4's OST was already amazing, and these new renditions of the classic tunes are sure to be absolute bangers. It may not be exactly what I wanted, but these games are what they are, and I am really excited to sink my teeth into them. They look like nice, cozy games that I can have a good time with. They have to retain one element of the originals though. I want the authentic, true Sinnoh experience. The Sinnoh experience with the painfully slow health bars. The style of these remakes started to grow on me more once they mentioned that another company has been working on it alongside the main director of the Pokemon series. That wasn't all that helped me though. Remember when I said I wanted unique reimaginings of the Sinnoh region? Well, this next announcement gave me that and so much more. Pokemon Legends Arceus made me scream very, very loudly. I am glad that nobody else was home at the time. This game looks so wow. Just wow. This game looks to be a completely open world Pokemon experience. Taking place in the Sinnoh region long ago, we set off in order to create the first Sinnoh Pokédex. I absolutely love Pokemon lore, so seeing that we are getting a game set in the past makes me really happy. I hope we get to see lots of different world building elements. For example, we can see an older rendition of the Pokeballs. I want details like this to fill the game, giving us a sense of how far technology in the Pokemon universe has come. As we can see in the trailers, the way we catch Pokemon has been given an awesome spin. Now we can sneak around and throw Pokeballs in the overworld. I hope that this adds a lot of strategy to catching Pokemon. Maybe we will have to use items to lure Pokemon into specific spots, making them vulnerable and ripe for the catching. What if we use different elements of the environment to aid us in our catching endeavors, like setting up traps with materials we find or planting certain crops to attract specific Pokemon? I just hope that the overworld catching mechanic is really fleshed out and utilizes its full potential. Battles also have some differences. They look to play out like they always have, but it is the new visual touches that interest me. Battles actually take place in the overworld where we are standing. We are used to entering a battle and then being transported to a little area that resembles the land around us. This new touch will make the battles feel more grounded in reality. Also, the battle animations seem to have improvements as well. They actually run up to one another for physical attacks. Compare this to Sword and Shield, where we are told that a Pokemon kicks its opponent, but all we see is some slight hopping and a detached foot icon slamming onto our foe. I hope that these animations are given a lot of effort and make these battles feel exciting and realistic. Speaking of the animations, the graphics look a bit rough. They look like the wild area from Sword and Shield, but everywhere. Also, some of the animations look really choppy, but I assume that this is just a product of the game being a work in progress. Maybe the graphics will improve over time. We will just have to wait and see. One thing that is a bit disappointing though is that this is its own standalone title. It looks like there will be no trading or battling with other players. This is further boasted by how it has a unique name and only one version. This is whatever though. It technically counts as a spin-off, so I can look past the lack of multiplayer. However, despite this fact, this really seems like the next step for the Pokemon series as a whole. They refer to it as a new era of the series. I hope this means that elements of this game will become series mainstays. After seeing areas like the Isle of Armor and Crown Tundra in Sword and Shield, I think that the series is finally about to make a leap away from what we consider to be the traditional Pokemon formula. This looks to be what a lot of fans have been waiting for, and I cannot wait to try it myself. Also, please let it have a great story. Please have a great story. Well, that's about it. Those are my thoughts so far on the things shown in the latest Pokemon Presents. Thank you all very much for joining me. What are your thoughts on all of this news? I'd love to hear what you all think. This is totally not me asking for comments so that YouTube likes me more. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and Oshawott is one of the stars in Legends. He was my first Pokemon ever. I love his evolution line so much. Samurott is my absolute favorite Pokemon. I even bought this plush of him. See?